Hello, this is Rudy from the Roundup Podcast, and today I'm here with my buddy Dylan and our buddy Aaron.
Hello.
Would you guys like to
Hello,
introduce-
everyone. How you been?
Hey.
So we're gonna do our little intro segment of what you've been up to. So what you guys been up to?
Dylan, if you want, you could go first, my man.
Sure, so nothing too much. I've been continuing to play Jedi Fallen Order, and I finished past the part with the bounty hunters. So anybody that's played the game kind of knows what I'm talking about. Where
Yeah, I know.
you're captured by those bounty hunters, and so that's where I left off. I'm just really enjoying the game. I definitely get caught up on capturing everything, so I like are collecting everything. So I keep getting sidetracked, but yeah, I've been kind of chugging away, playing the game, having fun, really enjoying the story. And I'm trying to stay more story focused and not do the collectibles, but I am enjoying the collectibles and the exploration and going off the main path and all that fun stuff. So I'm playing that, and then I'm also I'm thinking about and I was gonna throw this out there for maybe we're almost in October for next month, and so I thought it'd be fun to play a spooky game. So I picked out a spooky game that I'm gonna probably play in next couple weeks, and I was gonna throw that out there as a suggestion to you guys. If you guys want to play a spooky game for next month, I thought that'd be fun. And so the game I picked for my spooky game
Is it Spectre Woods?
It is not. No, it is not. No, it is not. It is. Hold on. I totally blanked on it.
We'll talk about Spectre Woods another day.
Okay.
but
Indeed.
It's a pretty bad horror game.
It's a
but
crappy horror game. What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, it has potential.
It had potential, but it went down the drain.
How much is it right now? It's like 47 cents?
47 cents, 49 cents?
49 cents, something like that. Until Dawn. Until Dawn. So I just looked it up right now. Yeah, it's Until Dawn. It has Remy Malek and Hayden Panettiere and Panettiere, or what's her name? Hayden Panettiere. Yeah, Hayden Panettiere and Remy Malek, and it has a bunch of. It's about this creature in the woods. Typical spooky story. Creature in the woods. These teenagers come to this cabin and they're gonna celebrate and have fun. And the choices you make just depend whether or not a lot of these people live or die. And it's pretty fun, and you have to find out what the monster is and what it is, and we'll talk more about it. But yeah, that's the game I'm gonna pick for the spooky game for October. So, and then that's what I've been up to this week. So yeah.
What about you, Aaron?
Okay, well, lately, I was playing Spider-Man on the PS4 just to replay it, and not gonna lie, it's a good game. It's still good after you haven't played it for a while. It's a good game to try to get complete to 100%.
Yeah.
So I've been playing Spider-Man lately, trying to complete everything. I'm at the part where hang on. I'm at the part where you fight Scorpion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that part right now. So yeah, that's exciting right now. I'm trying to get that done. But overall, I think that's pretty much it. I haven't been watching no movies lately. Let me see. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, Halloween is coming, so I might be watching some good horror films.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. But overall, I think that's all. That's it. Rudy, how about you, man?
Oh boy, do I got something for you guys.
Okay.
So we were playing Red Dead with this kid named Jaime. He watches my videos, so hey Jaime, I'm about to completely go off. Well, not go off on you, but I'm gonna tell what happened because you're a toxic little 14-year-old kid. Anyways, I don't know how old he is, but he's somewhere in his freshman year. So we were playing Red Dead, me and Aaron, and we decided to invite him to the game so he could join us, so we could help make him money with his crumpled up $47 in Red Dead, with his hat that he got from Walmart.
Oh boy.
He got mad at us because we said his hat was from Walmart.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, how are you gonna complain when you got $47? And so we helped him with some missions, and our friend Daniel joined us.
Nice.
And then Jaime started being toxic. We made a joke. He said he's in a posse of something.
Yeah.
And then I made a sarcastic remark. Oh, the posse of so and so. I forgot what I said. And then he started being toxic because I made a joke. And then and Aaron almost went off on him. And he was almost being toxic to our friend Daniel. So
I tried not to. I'm sorry. I mean, he starts complaining, saying, it's like this. He starts saying that, oh, my scrawny nag is the best horse. It's the fastest horse. And I'm
the scrawny nag?
Yeah, the scrawny nag. That's all he has. And I'm thinking,
boy.
I'm thinking right now, you're complaining about us because when we play, he always complains about us giving him a ride. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking in my head, don't you have the scrawny nag, the amazing horse
the
in Red Dead
The
Redemption 2?
bestest horse ever.
Yeah, the bestest horse ever, and and you need a ride from one of us. And when we do give him a ride, if he starts complaining, saying, "Oh, dude, can you go faster?" I'm like, dude, I'm not your little Uber. I'm giving you your one destination. Quit complaining, you ungrateful piece of crap.
yeah, no one really likes that kid.
I get upset. I try to be nice to him, I really do, but he just pushes my buttons.
Yeah. Well, I've played a lot of Grand Theft Auto online, and so I know that there is a lot of young,
that's a
he's young, a GTA kid.
Yeah, very young people that are, just sometimes not fun to play with, and so I understand. Yes.
Okay, fellas.
And that's what I've been up to.
Yeah.
Or whatever's new. Yeah.
So maybe it's time to get into our segment.
Anyways, today's topic is video games that disappointed us. So, who would like to go first?
Dylan, do you want to go last?
I can go last. Yeah.
All right, Aaron, you want to go first, or should I?
Well, I'll go first because
I'll
Rudy,
go second.
You're going to be tag teaming me in this. The worst disappointing game that I ever played was at Rudy's house, and it's not Spectre Woods. No, God, it's worse than Spectre Woods.
Wow.
It's called Lego Marvel Superhero 2.
Oh.
And it's a Lego game. You probably think, oh, it's not that bad. No, it's crap. I mean, half of the missions are so complex and confusing, and this is for kids. And me and Rudy were having a hard time figuring out everything in this game because the puzzles and everything it was a mess. And it doesn't help that the story is so bad. I mean, the first part of the story, you're with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's good. Mm-hmm. Everything's going out so well. But then later on, it gets confusing.
You somehow time travel.
Yeah, you somehow time travel. Everything's all clustered up. And it just, it doesn't... And it's not really a sequel to the first Lego game because they don't mention anyone from the last game. Mm-hmm. These are totally new characters that you haven't seen before. Like, for example, in the first game...
Wasn't there the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, the Fantastic Four was in there. Iron Man was in there. Black Widow was in there. Spider-Man, the Hulk. All those characters were in the first game. But in the second one, they're not there. Mm-hmm. And that kind of pisses me off because... It's a sequel to a game. It doesn't, and if it's the sequel to the game, there should be some reoccurring characters that you want to see, like the Fantastic Four. That would be great to see. But no, they don't tell you what happens to them in the second game. Iron Man, you don't get to play as Iron Man.
Oh yeah,
now, right?
Nick Fury's not in the game.
Yeah, Nick Fury's not in the game, and he was a major.
Or
role.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
or Deadpool.
Oh yeah, all those characters Rudy are mentioning, they were significant roles in the game, and now with this. Second, I don't even consider it a sequel. This is its own thing. It's disappointment. I mean, in the cover art, it kind of looks deceiving because it makes it look like that you're going to play as Spider-Man 2099. Mm-hmm. No, you're not going to play as that character. You have to wait a couple missions to get to the future. And I think that's how far me and Rudy got. We were in the future segment, and it was too complex, and we just stopped playing the game. The game was crap. Rudy's wasted money on it.
$5.
$5.
Oh, no.
It could have had potential.
Yeah.
I really think if they would have took their time on fixing all the little clinks and details, they could have made it good.
Yeah.
And I think I know this. I think because it's a Lego game, they have the same movesets, the fighting combat style, and it's repeated like for Spider-Man. He has the same movesets as let me see, Daredevil. It's nothing new. I mean, I appreciate the little they have their own little unique features. Like for example, if you hold circle for Captain America, he uses his shield like a sled.
Oh,
that's cool.
Okay.
For Star-Lord,
If you hold circle, he puts on his headset, and then
yeah,
that one song plays.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like I can appreciate the little things like that. Those I can enjoy, but just the game itself, it's just a monstrosity.
It's
of a
too
mess.
much to take in,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
Especially in missions.
Yeah.
Like Aaron was saying earlier, how it's so complex. It's because you never get a breather in this game.
Oh no, you don't.
Like,
No, no.
you know how in older Lego games, like after you kill a bunch of enemies, you get like a small breather for like a minute or two, and then more enemies come. This game, as soon as you kill all of them, more just respawn.
Yeah, I don't.
They just
yeah.
keep coming and coming, and like it'll show in like these little crappy cutscenes of like, oh, we need to do this and this and this and this. But after that, if you forget, you're basically screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Because you gotta find out. You gotta explore every little bit to find out what do you have to do.
Wow.
And not even the fact that the one thing I don't like about the game, this specific Lego game is that back the old Lego games when they fight the big boss, they don't come up like in every level. This comes up in every level. So for one mission you'll be fighting the Red Skull. Next mission you'll be fighting Magneto. After that you'll be fighting Venom, and on and on.
Bless you.
Bless you, my man.
Excuse me.
But yeah, it's just bad. And one thing that it's a downside. I don't know if it's a downside, but it's a thing I don't like. Instead of having the let's say 10 hearts, and when you punch the guy, those hearts. If you punch your main villain, the hearts go down.
Oh my god, it's a whole life bar.
This is like a whole life bar, and I'm not really a fan of that. And I think the majority is that every time you punch the main guy, he puts the shield on, and it takes forever to get rid of.
Honestly,
It's-
we don't even know how we broke the shields most of the time.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it's
We just kept pressing square just to beat them up,
Yeah.
and it somehow worked.
yeah, it's so crap.
And then
Oh.
you hit him a couple more times, he gets his shield back, and the process repeats.
Yeah, and that's it. It's just
Every single level has a boss.
Yeah.
I have never done one single level where it did not have a boss.
yeah, it's
Oh no.
It's a
bad.
depressing game.
It is.
And what's the do you pick your characters that you play, or
You
like,
could.
You could.
There's like teams. There's Team Spider-Man, Team Captain America,
Team Thor, yeah.
Team Thor. Who was the girl with the long hair? The one with the long red hair? I forgot her name, but
Yeah, I
there's
forgot.
a team of her, and I don't know. It's
Black,
it's a lot.
Not Black Widow. or-
No. Her. I think
No.
she's a mutant. I think I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's terrible. I can't stand the game.
Oh, that
If
sounds
it-
bad. And you would think Marvel Legos.
Yeah, you think they actually
Yeah.
take time? No.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm not. This is just for example. If any other Lego games are going to be like this, I think I'll stop playing Lego games for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're coming up with they're making the new Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. So
Right.
Skywalker.
the Skywalker saga, and
That's right.
I'm hoping it doesn't have nothing to do nothing similar to what Lego Marvel Superhero 2 did, because it's so bad.
Oh, it won't. It won't.
I hope.
It's because in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, everything is connected. Asgard is connected to
New York,
and
Wakanda's connected to Asgard. Yeah, it's just all clustered up. I mean, I kind
it's
of
a unique thing, but
Yeah.
I know with this new Lego Star Wars game, at least we're going to be able to travel to different planets.
yeah.
So if you had to if you were, let's play, let's play game designer, game developer, right? Like for a minute, even though like I know you always hear people complaining like we shouldn't be doing, but let's say 3 things that you could change or fix. to get this
boy.
game back on track?
Okay.
What would it
Where
be?
did we get started?
Let's start
the
with
story.
The story, yes. Fix the story.
Okay,
Make
so-
it not complex. I mean,
After time traveling, you're playing as Spider-Man with Miss Marvel.
yeah, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel and who's the other one? The white one.
I-
She hated Spider-Man, I think. I don't know why.
White Tiger.
White Tiger.
Yeah.
It's the three of them. They travel somewhere.
Or Silver Sable? Or no.
No, it's White Tiger.
White
yeah.
Tiger. Okay.
They travel somewhere into the future, and then Spider-Man runs into Spider-Gwen, and that's the last thing that made sense.
Yeah, but if they can
Ever.
if they can make the story
And that's only an
understandable.
hour into the game.
Oh yeah,
So is this like a into the multiverse, but it's just like super
Oh, yeah.
crazy?
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a fanfic game.
yeah. It's like,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
And Miss Marvel was like,
Miss
in
Mar-
one cutscene, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm teaming up with Spider-Man. My fan fictions are coming true."
Then that's like okay, yeah.
Yeah, and see, this is my just as a little detour, real quick. This is my concern with the new Spider-Man. Like, if we're hearing what we're hearing about, the Spider-Verse into the multiverse type of stuff with all these characters, I'm worried it's going to get lost and confusing, and that's my concern. But anyways, just going back, that's my one little
I know what you
question.
mean.
But yeah, let's go back. We'll go back to the game, and then okay. So story sounds like it's
Oh yeah.
the
There is no
biggest
story.
problem.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There is no story.
And then
It's just a bunch of superheroes fighting this one villain, like MODOK.
no, not MODOK.
They
Kang the
fought
Conqueror.
MODOK. Huh?
Kang the Conqueror. That's the
Oh.
main villain.
Yeah, but you fight a bunch of mini bosses like MODOK, and
Yeah.
that's the only
Okay.
one I could think about.
And maybe they could not. The one thing they could fix is not adding 100 villains every time in every mission. Like, give us at least a 1 minute.
Now,
breather.
are these little like minions? Are these just like little random bad guys? Or
Yeah.
they're actual? Okay.
They're little random bad guys. Like,
So number one story clearly is a problem. Number two,
that would be number 2. Like the
A giant roster. The roster's too huge.
Yeah.
We don't need a huge roster
Oh, yeah.
of characters.
of characters.
oh
like-
yeah, that's a lot. It's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, it's nice to have all these characters in the game,
But they're just reskins, honestly.
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noir are all the same.
Yeah,
There's not. Well, Spider-Man Noir has a gun, 2 guns, but
that's it.
Spider-Gwen, she's female.
Yeah, she's just
Right.
a female Spider-Man.
Right.
It's like,
I don't know what to say, really.
right. That's bad. Okay. That's
So shrink the character slots down
yeah.
to the more, I guess, important characters.
so and so maybe do some selective editing. Right?
Yes.
Like edit out some of these characters or consolidate them to make the story and the characters a little more clear and more defined. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third one,
What I say, the boss battles?
boss battles.
Boss battles.
Like the game, so combat and boss battles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Just kind of
that would be
workshop
that would be nice if they could fix that. But yeah, I think that's the game I had to say. That's disappointing, very disappointing. I mean, I could have chose any other game, but that game really stuck out to me. It was bad, and it had
It
potential.
sticks out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it could have had potential. It really could have potential, but they just wasted it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all I have to say about Lego Marvel Superhero 2. Rudy, your turn, my man.
Oh boy, I got a game. And I feel like I'm the only one here who knows about Sly Cooper.
Oh,
Is that Aaron?
Yeah.
Dylan? You don't know about Sly Cooper?
I don't know of it. I've heard of it mostly through you, actually. So
You need to play it, Dylan.
I will.
get PlayStation now.
I will.
So my Sly Cooper game is Sly 4, Thieves in Time. Made by Sanzaru Games. Not the original creators of Sly Cooper. The original creators were Sucker Punch. They also made the Infamous series, and they also made Ghost of
Tsushima.
Tsushima,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like that. I really liked Ghost of Tsushima.
So
yeah.
Sucker Punch gave up on Sly to work on Infamous,
Mhm.
and then they ended up working on Ghost. And I don't know why they gave this to Sanzaru Games. I don't hate them.
What now? I don't know. What is Sanzaru Games known for? What have they done previously, or do they even have like a track record of any other games? Or
I genuinely don't know. This is the only really. I've never heard about this
Company.
Yeah, I played many games in my life, and I've never seen one made by Sanzaru Games.
okay, yeah,
But Sucker Punch was like, oh, we're going to give you the Sly rights so you can make Sly 4. Hoo hoo hoo. And then they screw it up. They make Sly 4 Thieves in Time. Okay, so spoiler. There's going to be spoilers ahead.
Okay.
For not Sly 4, but Sly 3 also. Mm-hmm. So Sly 3, at the end, Bentley, the turtle, is like, oh, time will tell. Literally, because I'm building a time machine. And that's when Sucker Punch still had the rights to Sly Cooper. And I don't know why Bentley said this, because Sly 3 had the perfect ending. Sly got with the girl. Bentley had a love interest, and Murray ended up being a monster truck driver. They all had a good ending, and then they screwed it up.
Mm.
Okay, so Sly 4 Thieves in Time. It starts off with Sly saying, the old urge is coming back. I want to be a thief again. Even though in Sly 3 he said, oh, if I could go back, I would tell Carmelita, his love interest, that I want to spend the rest of my life with her. And so he does in Sly 3, but why would he say that in Sly 4 when he was near death in Sly 3?
You have a point, my man.
And so I don't know, the story, it doesn't make any sense, cuz this skunk dude, I don't know his name, he's ruining the Cooper history, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to go back in time, and it's just so stupid because they pocket evidence. For one chapter, Carmelita pockets evidence, and it somehow takes them back to the right period in time where Sly Cooper's ancestor was, which doesn't make any sense at all. Like, I don't know. It's just a huge mess. The ancestors are a mess because they all play the same. The first one is, I forgot where from, but he was a sushi chef.
Mm-hmm.
And the special thing about him was he could jump farther than the other Coopers. That's it.
Mm.
Other than that, he plays the same as Sly.
Wow. Okay.
Then next is Tennessee Kid Cooper. He's a cowboy, an outlaw. His cane is a gun. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's the only thing special about him. The third one is my least favorite one of all of them. Is like the first Cooper, from the caveman's,
Mm-hmm.
the caveman times, and he can climb walls. That's it.
I like to throw it in
He
there.
can only climb walls.
Yeah, he's right. The first Cooper, it's so bad. I mean, I remember playing the game at Rudy's house, and they made you do this this damn Rocky montage.
Mm.
So you're trying to be like Rocky Balboa over here.
Right.
You have to. It's bad.
It's because
Rudy will explain more in depth into
it's
it.
because when you start the chapter, the first Cooper, his name is Bob for some reason. He's out of shape, and he hasn't been in the game, so they need to get him in shape, so they make you do this montage, and it's just so annoying to do, and I can't get past it because I don't have the patience for it.
Oh yeah, I tried playing it, and I can't do it. It's ridiculous. They don't need it was unnecessary.
So, again, I asked Aaron, so I'll ask you, Rudy. What are the top 3 problems with this game that you have?
Oh, the biggest one is the story. An example is, I think in the later chapters, you go to ancient Egypt, and Bentley's like, oh, you don't want to touch any of this gold, Sly, because it might ruin history. But the thing is, you're going back in history. You're killing all these guards. You're basically rewriting history. Like, you already ruined the history for the Cooper legacy. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating.
So number 1, definitely the story. Number 2?
The ancestors. I wish they would have put more time into them. They just feel exactly like Sly. They feel like a one-trick pony, I guess.
Okay.
So
Nothing new.
Better character development.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah. And number 3?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I think those are the 2 biggest problems.
2 biggest problems.
Oh, wait, hold on. Third is the open world is too big. In the older Sly games, they used to be better. They were medium-sized, simple. They were nice.
So by bigger, do you mean like just bigger with nothing going on?
Yes.
Because
There's a whole lot of nothing.
Right, because what I would say is if it's a bigger world but there's interesting things to do, then I would say then it has a purpose versus it just being in a big open world with nothing to do. Then it feels like, okay, well, it's just too big and it doesn't mean any, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing you can do is collect the clue bottles, which is obviously like the best part of a Sly Cooper game is collecting the clue bottles to like unlock something. But I don't know what the clue bottles do in this. I kind of forgot what they do. I haven't played the game in a while.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing you can do in the.
It's just collections. Just some collecting those.
That's
bottles.
the only collectible.
The only collectible.
Oh damn!
It's just clue bottles.
And no side missions. No. Nothing. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay.
Not one thing at all.
I would like to say back with the ancestors, and I was really thinking right now. It is such a waste of potential that they could have gave them something like each ancestor a specific moveset.
Yeah.
Because Rudy said that each ancestor played like the original Sly Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Just with one new trick.
Yeah, one new trick, and you kind of expect that it because they're different ancestors that they would have a different moveset than the original Sly Cooper, right? I mean that's wasted there. I mean if they took their honest time on this game, it could have been a big hit.
Yeah.
But they messed it up.
Right.
And I don't know if they were thinking about the stories or the visuals. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But they could have made this game great, but they screwed it up some way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's because they did time travel.
Yeah, I mean,
time travel games never really work. Yeah, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, you saw what happened in what I talked about, Lego Marvel Superhero 2. I mean, if you said the third one, you said the third one, that's when they had a happy ending.
Yeah.
If they left it like that, then the game would have been perfect. They could have remastered it.
Just cut out that part where Bentley said,
yeah.
Well, because I'm building a time machine.
Yeah, and I think that's what I hate about games sometimes. They think they could, if there's already a happy ending to something, they have to milk the hell out of it.
Open it back up, and then you find out, it's not a happy ending, and it's just, it can be very hurtful to the fans. So,
Sly 4 ending, it's terrible.
Oh God, can you tell us?
So when you're fighting the final boss of the skunk guy, he's like, "Oh, please help me," and then you help him because you feel bad. And then he screws you over, he takes your paraglider, and then you wake up in ancient Egypt by yourself.
Oh, wow.
And it's not even the same time period as with your ancestor. So it's Sly alone in ancient Egypt.
With nothing.
Nothing. A broken time machine, that's it.
Oh, wow.
So it was a total cliffhanger.
Yes!
Wow.
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, wow.
And it's just, oh my God.
That is crap.
That's disappointing.
Oh God,
that is definitely disappointing.
Just imagine
and I'm like, oh my God, what were they thinking?
What were they thinking? Holy, just think about it. You're playing the whole game and you think, oh, okay, Sly's gonna have a happy ending.
Yeah.
Nope, they screw you over. Oh, that's great.
Well,
that's
he had it in 3, right? He had kind of a happy, or things were tied up in the ending, and then they open it up for 4, and then they just leave it with a cliffhanger.
Oh, I am so sorry for you,
Rudy. Oh boy.
There was supposed to be story DLC for that game, but guess what?
Never happened.
Right.
In 2019, in an interview, they were talking, and they're like, "Oh, we wanted DLC for Sly Cooper, but Sony wouldn't let us." And like, oh my God.
So I looked it up. Sansaru Games have the only games that they have produced and developed are Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, Sonic Boom, and Asgard's Wrath.
Oh,
that's it?
I have not heard. Yeah,
only 3 games.
Those are the only 3 games they've done themselves. So as I understand it, though, they specialize in like doing like remasters and those types of upgrades and stuff like that. So they worked on the Sly Cooper collection.
Oh yeah, they did remaster that.
They remastered that, and I guess
quote unquote remaster, even though it looks the same.
Right, and well, that's why my concern is that they thought, oh, okay, well they can do they did the remaster, so they know the story, and then they can just do a 4th one. And it was it clearly, again, I haven't played it, but I totally trust you that it was not good. It was not where it needed to be. So,
Sly 4 was never needed.
Yeah.
It's an unnecessary sequel.
So and just as another like little detour, I'm somewhat concerned. I'm a big fan of the Knights of the Old Republic game, and this is sounding very similar. Where so Aspire Games is working on the new Knights of the Old Republic remake. So not remaster, but a remake. But the reason why Aspire Games got the rights to do it was because they did the remasters of Knights of the Old Republic, also known as KOTOR. They did KOTOR 1 and 2. And so they've been given that, although now we're hearing that there might be issues with the writing, there might be issues with some things behind the scenes there from what I've been following. And I love that game series. I love the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic universe, and I think it takes place somewhere like 3,000 to 4,000 years before the movies. So it's so great, and it's just a great world of Sith and Jedi battling it out, and just that place and time is such a great place to tell just so many awesome stories. And I know there's millions of fans out there that are super excited about that, and I'm cautiously optimistic, but I am concerned because you see these smaller game studios that are getting these bigger properties like Cooper working on them, and then it just not working, and then it falls apart, or they don't really capture what made those games great. And so that's my concern.
I got another game.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, man.
Sorry, Dylan.
No, go for it.
I got another game.
Go for it.
The Force Unleashed 2. Have you ever played it?
I have. Yeah.
I love The Force Unleashed 2. I loved it so much. I love the combat, of how it's just more fluent, and how you could cut off the stormtroopers' limbs and all that. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
This is going to kill you. You talking about this?
But this game is depressing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it starts off with no... you're expected to play the first game and know everything about it. Okay,
Right.
A little history about this game.
Yeah.
So they only had 9 months to make the Force Unleashed 2 sequel.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't know that.
When the Force Unleashed came out, it was a huge hit. It was an amazing game. And they're like, oh, you should probably make a second game, but we're only going to give you 9 months. And so they had to think of a story in 1 month, and they had to create the rest of the game with the remaining months they had. And it did not do well at all.
Yeah.
So story-wise, it's crap.
Yeah, so story is, for those who haven't played it, spoiler alert, story is you're playing a Star Killer again, but he's a clone.
That's right.
Somehow Vader made clones of Star Killer to make the perfect one that will obey his rules. And this Star Killer that you play as has memories of the original, of Juno, which you're expected to know, because they never explain who Juno is in the second game. So you're basically just a clone, and you rebel against Vader, and then you just go storming through Kamino, and then you leave, and then you're like, oh man, I gotta find General Coda. Well, who's General Coda? For those who haven't played the first game, we're not gonna explain. We just gotta find General Coda. So we go to a planet called Cato de Moina, I think it's called.
Okay.
And so you have to break Coda out free. And so you do that. And then there's a villain over there in Cato de Moina. But it makes no sense, because the villain is nowhere near important in the story at all. And there's just no point in him. You just fight a giant beast in the arena of that planet to save Kota. And that's it.
Wow.
And then that's it for that level. And then we get to Dagobah, because he needs to go see Yoda for some reason to find out who he truly is. I think he goes to Dagobah next. And guess what? You get to explore Dagobah. You walk around for a few minutes, and that's it. You don't encounter any enemies. You just go to Yoda's hut, cutscene, that's it.
And that's the end of the story.
No, that's not the end of the story.
End of the
that's
level.
the end of the level.
End of the level.
I wanted to like Dagobah, but it was depressing.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it have just been a cutscene in general? And then we go on then after that, he sees a vision of Juno getting shot, So, he goes on a starship with Coda, and they're fighting. I don't know why they're on there, but they're fighting for some reason. And Coda's mad at him because he's having false visions or something. And, shoot, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
That's all right.
It's cool, man.
But,
It's cool.
Yeah, it just sounds like it's very uneven.
Mhm.
It's very like lopsided in this way they're telling that story.
let me tell you about how the game ends, though.
I haven't played it in a long time, but yeah, you can
Go
tell
ahead.
me how.
Spoiler
it ends.
alerts, everyone.
Spoiler alert for the
alerts.
game ending, because I do not have the patience to explain the rest of the story, because it makes no sense.
Okay.
End of the story. You go back to Camino, you fight Vader, just like in the first game. Or you can fight Palpatine in the first game to help your friends. And so you fight Vader, and the coolest part of the game is at the end. You go full rage mode as Starkiller, and you just go ham on Vader. You just like, all that rage built up, you just go out on him.
Mhm.
It's really cool. It's a really cool scene because it's never forced. I'll explain that later on.
Yeah.
But you get to choose either a light side ending or a dark side, which I really like, especially in the first game, because the dark side ending was killing Vader, while the light side ending was a canon one where you almost kill Palpatine, but you end up dying from an explosion.
Right. That's right.
So in 2, you can either kill Vader or spare him. Light side, you spare him, and it doesn't make any sense because Vader should be extremely hard to capture, but they capture him so easily that it's just embarrassing. It makes him look weak.
Yeah.
And the dark side ending is you're about to kill him, cut his head off, and then another clone of you comes, and then it just kills you,
What?
and he kills Coda.
I'm sorry. You can't. What?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wait, I
It's-
forgot about that. Okay.
It's because you're still on Camino with
That's
the
right.
clones.
That's right. Yeah.
So another clone comes and kills your clone, which is a whole mess.
What?
Oh, this is just.
That's sad.
It's a
Okay,
whole mess of a game.
This is bad. I mean, and to me, like, yeah, anything that has clones or twins. Oh, the real killer was the twin. Like, okay, come on, like, this
boo.
this is. I'm not trying to be mean, but this is lazy storytelling.
It
It's
is.
I
lazy
mean,
writing. Yeah,
You're right, but
Yeah.
they only had 9 months. You got to
True.
keep that in mind.
Yeah,
so
you got to count them some slack
I can
there.
go a little easy on them, but
Yeah.
if they had more time, they would have made an amazing sequel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
But
first one I
9
remember
months-
being great. Yeah,
9 months,
not good, not enough.
Wow.
you're never gonna get anything good with 9 months,
No.
especially with the big title like Star Wars games.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let me talk about the gameplay now. So, in the gameplay, every time you encounter a new enemy, you're forced to stand there and press a certain button of how to defeat this villain. Remember in the first game, you had to find out like, oh, how am I gonna defeat this villain? How am I gonna defeat this AT-AT that I gotta deal with? How am I gonna defeat Vader? You know?
Yeah.
In this game, it holds your hand the whole way. It tells you, oh, press the right trigger, and
And you can't turn any of that off.
no,
Damn.
the game holds your hand no matter what.
Wow. Okay.
That's kind of disappointing if you.
So
think
you
about
never, you're never challenged to find out how am I going to defeat this villain that's
Right.
up and coming, except around boss battles. The boss battles are even more disappointing. One of them is like a ship. It kind of looks like a deformed helicopter, I guess you could say. And all you do, you hide behind a barrier, you wait for it to stop shooting, you throw your lightsabers at it, and then you use the force to make sure it crashes into one part of the building. That's it.
it. Wow.
And then you repeat the process. At least with Vader, you're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But that's just an example of one boss battle. And back to the story, sorry. Remember Proxy from the first game, the robot? The trainer
yeah.
robot?
Yeah, yeah.
He shows up again, and he's like, oh my god, I thought you were dead. And then he warns Starkiller about, oh my god, look out for Boba Fett. You see Boba Fett in one scene, and that's it. He never makes a return. You can never fight him, and it's just disappointing.
Wow.
It's the most disappointing game I've ever played. I loved it at first when I first got the game, but playing it again, the story's bad. The gameplay, it's all right when you're free to do whatever you want, but when it's locking you in this one section of how to defeat that one boss, it's just annoying. And yeah, those are my 2 games that really disappointed me.
They are, yeah, that sounds very disappointing. And I think the moral of that, the Force Unleashed 2 story is, don't give developers 9 months to make a game.
Oh no, give them like a year or 2.
They could have said, maybe we shouldn't work on the Force Unleashed 2. Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't do that. But they did it because they felt pressured.
Yeah. Not enough time. Not enough time.
No, obviously.
Yeah. That's sad. Well, so yeah, I have a game, and then I have an honorable mention that will be followed with with one of Dylan's rants. So
nice.
So I'm a big Mass Effect fan, and anybody that knows Mass Effect, knows about the Mass Effect trilogy, and it's really great. And we won't talk about the ending, but it was really good. And there was this kind of sort of spin-off, like reboot game called Mass Effect on Andromeda, and that's, as a Mass Effect fan, that was a very disappointing game. Actually, very similar, right? Like, it was in development hell. Like, it was just spinning its wheels. They were trying to get this game off the ground, figure out, and it was there for years. But then once they finally got it going, I think they had something like a very short period of time, not 9 months, but not a lot of time, right? Like, not a lot of time.
Once they had 9 months, less than 9 months.
I'm not sure. I think it was like maybe like a year, something like that. But again, not enough time. Yeah, just not enough time for what they wanted to do. And so, and there was issues like kind of what you guys have covered, like issues with the story. Although I felt like there was potential there with the story. Issues with the characters. They were kind of feel copy-pasty from the original trilogy characters, and I think that was an issue. And then, the ending itself had, a pretty good, interesting ending to it. But I feel that, I think it was, was it the Sly Cooper, or where they kind of leave it open with the ending to like for a DLC that never comes.
Oh, good.
And it's Lord. So disappointing. Yeah. So and those that know the game know that this is the Quarian Arc DLC. So shout out to my Mass Effect fans out there that that maybe have played Mass Effect Andromeda. It's a good game, and if you're just super like want to play something in the Mass Effect world, the combat is really good, which is strange to say, but some of the story elements are really strong, but it's such a disappointing because to me, what I define as disappointing is just wasted potential. Like, one of the big defining things for me is just wasted potential, and that game just had tons of wasted potential. But so that's my disappointing game. But my honorable mention, followed by my rant.
Oh boy, this
is going to be good. I'm excited for this.
It has to be Grand Theft Auto 5 / Grand Theft Auto Online. And I said earlier, I played this game. I am very disappointed with this game. Recently, they released that expanded and enhanced trailer.
I remember.
I have called it, I and others online, and YouTubers and others have called it the expanded and enhanced greed. This thing is just a cheap cash grab. And they should be ashamed of themselves. The trailer looks exactly the same as any other Grand Theft Auto gameplay from 5 or online. It looks exactly the same. I think Aaron and Rudy, your friends, were kind of getting a little hyped about it, and they said, "Oh, it's gonna be," which I felt the same way. That it's gonna be like Red Dead 2, but with GTA like on it, like in that world or whatever. No, looks exactly the same. And I told Rudy the other day, like, I was like, to me this, and I was trying to hold back on my rant, but like to me this is like the kid that says, "Oh, I'm gonna do like the science project." But it's going to be like the similar project that I did last year, but this one's going to be just so much better, and it's going to be so detailed, and it's going to have everything. And you go, all right, little Johnny, like, let's see your little science project. And then it's the same project. It's the same science project. It's exactly the same. And so, I love Rockstar. I've been a Rockstar fan for years, but they should be ashamed of themselves. This was disappointing. This was massively disappointing. It was massively disappointing to me. There's this meme going around where it's like a bunch of old people playing video game, and they're like, me and the homies playing GTA 6, right? Where's GTA 6, right? We've been waiting like over a year and a half for expanded and enhanced for this, no GTA 6, nothing, this is just them being greedy. Again, I love Rockstar, but man, this is just, they should be ashamed of themselves. And I am not alone. I know millions of people feel the same way. About this. Where's GTA 6? Why haven't we seen anything about this? And this is what we're getting. This is the improvement. If this is the improvement, they should be ashamed of themselves. They pushed it back, I think, now to March 2022. Because they know like this isn't where it needs to be. And that they should be ashamed of themselves. Like, I think I saw on PC, on some of these higher-end PCs, it's looking better now than the expanded and enhanced trailer that they released. I mean, this is ridiculous. They should be ashamed of themselves. And this is Dylan's rant. So,
Dylan, you're missing one thing.
Yes.
It might have 60 frames per second.
It might. That's right.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
It might.
That's right. Yeah. And this is shameful. This is this is little Johnny's, a huge slap in the face of the fans. This is little Johnny's science project, where he shows up and he just does the same old thing over again. They should be ashamed of themselves. This is the same old thing over again. What is this? Like, it's gonna be 8, gonna be 9 years now. Well, and they haven't even announced GTA 6. So we're talking probably it's gonna be 10, 12, 15 years. What's for GTA 6? I mean, come on. So
I mean, that could have been a teaser trailer for GTA 6 if you think about it. If they really wanted to, it could have been a teaser trailer.
Or hear me out. They could have, in that span of time, maybe done something for Red Dead Online, or gave us a story DLC for Red Dead 2.
You know what? They could have. But no, it's
or even better, a Red Dead Redemption remake. They already got the Red Dead 1 map.
Where's that announcement?
They just need to make Mexico, and we're all good.
That's right. I agree. Oh yeah. Where are the announcements? Why are they? This is like this is just them like printing money and like laughing and just going, yeah, we don't have to work anymore. Ha 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 ha. Like, oh, guys, like, no, you need to work. Like, you can't just roll out like, oh, here's a new car, here's a new mission, like in GTA Online. Like, there needs to be more. There needs to be so much more. Yeah, where's the remake? Me and Rudy, we've talked about this too. Like, yeah, where's the Red Dead 1 remake? With what they already have in Red Dead 2, the map, everything. They even have Bonnie McFarlane. They've even added some of these characters in, and so. They need to maybe finish up Mexico. People have already been to Mexico. It's there. You can. It does exist. It does exist. You can, glitch your way over there.
You used to be able to.
You used to be able to. Yeah. So you could glitch your way over there. It's real. It exists. They just need to finish it up, and put the little polish on it and finish it up. And they could totally do that story and do the remake with the new gen graphics and everything, and really so this is ridiculous. This is a shame. I mean, this is me as a fan speaking, and I wouldn't rant and be bothered by this if I didn't care, and I care. Like, I care about the Rockstar games. I care about these franchises. I'm a fan, and so a lot of these times you'll hear from people that go, oh, why are people they're just being hateful and angry and from the fandom, right? Like, when the fandom gets upset about stuff that goes on from movies and video games and television shows. Oh, this is just like toxic anger, blah blah blah. No,
we generally care about the franchise.
Exactly. This is because we care. Mm-hmm. If we didn't care, we would do okay, like, oh, whatever. Well, I guess I won't play that anymore, right? Or I won't watch that anymore.
Yeah.
No, we're doing it. We're getting upset and passionate about it because we care, and we want things to get better. We want to keep going back there and playing those games and watching those movies and watching those television shows. It's because we care.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, that's kind of what Random Roundup's about too. Is we love talking about this stuff. We love talking about.
We care about it.
We care
Yes,
about it.
yes, we
Yes. So that's that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from. So
Oh well, okay.
I see your point, dude. It's a good point.
So let's just give them a little info what next week's episode is going to be about. Next week's episode is going to be titled, "What unnecessary sequels do you guys think that should be made?" It could be from movies.
Unnecessary sequels.
Yep, unnecessary sequels. So it could be from movies, from video games, anything. So get ready for that for next week's episode.
Slide 4.
Slide 4.
we're gonna go. Yeah, he already has the answer ready to go.
Yep.
That's right.
Well, I think that's all we have to say, fellas. Anything you guys want to say before we leave?
No, just thank you for continuing to support Random Roundup. Our
for
viewers, our
watching.
followers. Please like, follow, and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and we just appreciate you checking in on us and listening to us. And we hope that we're entertaining and that you're getting some fun or interesting things out of it. So thank
We
you.
hope more people listen.
Yep.
Share it to your buddies. Share it to your grandma. Share it to your pet dog.
Yes, if
Oh,
you
I
have
care.
to. Go ahead. Hell, if you want, share it to the homeless man across the street. Just share the podcast. Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you around.
Adios, everyone.
Bye.
Okay.